Hi, my name's Imogen. I'm Prima's craft editor and I'm going to be showing you how to make this super cute granny square crochet cushion. And we've made ours using Prima yarn, which is available exclusively to buy at the works. And I've used oatmeal, sage and teal as my three colours. And I've also used a Prima crochet hook, also available exclusively at the works. And the one I've used for this project is the 4mm hook. So let's get started. We've got a full tutorial on how to make a granny square on our website, so make sure to check that out if this is your first time using a granny square crochet technique. Just a reminder that once you reach the end of your round of your granny square, you can either weave in the ends once you've left a little tail, or you can just make a really neat cut, tie the tail around itself and cut right at the start of the knot like that. The next round of our granny square is in the Prima sage yarn. So now you've finished your first granny square, you need to make 20 more, because for this 45 by 45 centimetre cushion, you need 21 squares. That's 9 for the front and 12 for the back, because on the front piece, you're working 3 by 3, and the back is made up of 2 pieces, 3 by 2. Once you've made all your granny squares, it's time to attach them together. My favourite way to attach them is to work a single crochet across each edge, but you can also use the mattress stitch technique. And if that's your preferred technique and you'd like to brush up on it, we have a mattress stitch video on our website, so do check that out. So I've started stitching one of my back pieces together, and now it's time to stitch the final square of this piece. So you're going to want to put your 2 fronts together, sandwich those together so your backs are out, and begin on one edge. So I can see here that I want to start on this 4th stitch. So I'm going to count up 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I insert my hook into the 4th stitch on this square that I want to attach, and also into the 4th stitch of the square that's already attached. I prefer to just work on the outside of the double crochet stitches from your final granny square round. So you're going to have 3 loops of yarn on your hook, your slip knot, and the 2 stitches that you're picking up from the 2 squares that you're attaching. Then you're going to yarn over and pull your hook through all of those stitches, so there's 1 remaining. So once you've reached the end of your row, you either tie off or weave in your ends, depending on your preferred method. So once you've stitched all of your squares together for each piece, we're going to edge them in the lovely sage colour. It just really neatens your project and gives it a really professional finish. To edge, start on any of the outside stitches of your granny square rounds. And as ever, begin with a slip knot. And then you're just going to work a double crochet into every stitch along the edge of your piece. Again, I like to work just into the top stitch of each double crochet from the granny square, but you can work into both if you prefer. So as a reminder to double crochet, you insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both stitches on the hook. So once you've edged all 3 pieces, that's the 2 for the back and the 1 big one for the front, it's time to stitch them together. So I've started stitching the first back piece to the front piece. I've just worked a single crochet across the edge of the front and back piece, sticking them together. Unlike when you're stitching your granny squares together, when you're working the whole pieces together, you want to work front outwards. So you want to make sure the front of each piece is facing out. So you line them up just like you do when you're stitching the granny squares together to make sure that you get a nice, neat stitch right the way round. And just to say, it is a little bit more fiddly when you're working over this middle piece because obviously you've already got this stitched part together. So just beware that it might be a bit more difficult with your hook, but it will work, so keep going. So I'm going to match up the edge of this piece that we've just edged with where it would hit the panel below it that's already stitched to the front panel. And then I'm going to start single crocheting round. As you can see, I like to just go into the top of your double crochet edge, the top stitch only, as I think it makes it look a bit neater, but you can work into both stitches if you prefer. So I'm inserting my hook into this back panel piece and inserting it again into the already stitched together edge of the front and back. And then I'm yarning over and pulling all 3 loops through. Once you've stitched both back panels to your front panel, your cushion cover is done. And you'll see you've got this nice overlap on the back panels, which means you don't have to add any buttons or buttonholes. So all that's left to do is to put a cushion pad in your cushion cover. And just to remind you that this cushion cover fits a 45 by 45 centimetre square cushion pad. And there you have it, a super cute granny square crochet cushion, perfect to throw on your sofa or bed.